Good morning and welcome to Coffee Talk Live. I am Rebecca Doster. I know that our regular viewers are used to seeing me. Usually I'm on here with Fariel Uwicum. Fariel herself is getting ready to head out down under. She is going to Australia where she runs the Australian pageants, Miss Australia, Mrs. Australia, Miss Teen Australia, and there's one more. I think it's maybe Junior Miss. So Fariel is going to be away for a few weeks, and I will be here with you. This morning, I am excited. We have a panel discussion. Some of you who follow us regularly know that we have a global coaching group called the Empower Group, where we meet weekly with like-minded entrepreneurs to inspire them, train, network, answer questions, and basically just provide a place where people in the beauty, fashion, image, fitness industries don't have to be alone as they grow their business. Within that group, we have ambassadors. These are people on the move. They are rising in their careers. They are serious. And I have the very special job to coach these ambassadors. So this morning, we're having a panel discussion. My panel is made up of 3 of our ambassadors, and I am very pleased to introduce them to you. We have Martine Turcotte, we have Gayatri Suresh, and we have Charles Gregory. I'm going to let them briefly tell you where they are, what they specialize in, and then we're going to get started. Martine, let's start with you.
Good morning, Rebecca. Thank you for the invitation. Sorry if I have a strong accent. I come from Montreal, Canada, but currently living in Berlin and learning the language. So
Definitely multilingual, and I never complain about a French accent, ever.
good.
Gayatri, tell us who you are. Oh, you're on mute.
Sorry.
No problem.
Okay. Hi, everyone. This is Gayatri Suresh here, and I'm from India. I am basically a HR professional, and now I'm also an image consultant, as this is my passion.
Fantastic. Thank you for being here. And Charles.
Hello, everyone. I'm Charles Gregory from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, here in the States. And I specialize in fashion styling, wardrobe styling for celebrities, in addition to image consulting now. And I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. All 3 of my panelists are internationally certified image consultants. They are all masters in their field and working to build businesses. Today, we're going to be talking about the levels of professional dress. This is an important topic, I think, for people to understand. And it's one that actually can be applied not only professionally, but to lots of places in our life as we make considerations about how to choose what we wear. So before we get started, let's just tell our viewers there are 4 levels, like I said, of professional dress. They are casual, business professional, and business formal. And they all have very special places. So I want to hear from our panelists first. Tell me about how you would guide your clients. Like let's give an example. Like when would you tell a client to wear business professional versus business casual? Who wants to go first? How do we use these?
I can try.
Okay.
When you're the first after the ice is broken.
Right. Thanks.
In fact, for myself in Montreal, we don't really feel the difference between business formal and business professional, as everything goes down for the way they dress.
Mm-hmm.
So my advice will be tell me more about where you are going and what you will do for that occasion. Will you be the speaker? Will you be a guest? Will you be an host? So, and then I'm going to guide them depending what they will do on that special occasion.
Great point. We have to ask all the questions, and we have to teach our clients to ask those questions too. Where are you going? What are you doing? Who are you seeing? What message do you want to send? What is your all's opinion about? You mentioned it, Martine, about where we're going. Like, is there still a place for business formal? We're definitely getting casual. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. When we talk about business professional, a lot of my clients sometimes has that challenge in what's business professional and what's business formal, right? And a lot has to do with even the ties you wear, the blazers that you wear, right? Being able to, I guess, define what's a blazer versus a dinner jacket, right? What's a
Good
formal
point.
coat, right, versus maybe a tuxedo, right?
Mhm.
And being able to identify what's the differences. And so, for me, in terms of some of the things that, I explain to my clients who are challenged with being corporate professionals, right? Corporate business people, right? Well, I'm business formal or I'm business professional. Well, what type of ties are you wearing? What type of accessories are you including with the jacket that you have on, right? Accessories could be something as simple as a pocket, like a pocket square, right?
Mhm.
So does it look like a flower, or is it something simple as this? This would be considered business formal, right? But
Yes.
business professional, I can make it a flower. I can, put little pins and stuff on the lapels. And now you're adding the accessories that
Mhm.
essentially takes it out of formal now into semi-professional,
So would you, I don't style a lot of men yet. I've worked with a few. But so in your practice,
Sure,
would you say that I'm using a pocket square as an example.
sure.
Would you say it's the pocket square itself, the color, the fabric, the pattern, or is it the fold that distinguishes between formal and professional?
I think it could be a little bit of all of that, right?
Okay.
Because we're defining. Okay, so if we stick to the color, right? If you
Hmm.
have, say, for example, a formal business blue, right?
Hmm.
But you putting, I don't know, say for example, neon yellow pocket square in there, whether it's a flower or fold, it'd be such a contrast that people who are in the formal profession, they'll say, there's something wrong there. That's a little too much for me, right? Whether you're
Yes.
looking at
Okay.
a fold or a flower or not. Now, you can juxtapose that with somebody that's, wearing a colorful jacket, right? But then they
Hmm.
put a plain fold in there. Well, the jacket is a little too busy to be formal, whether you have a
Right.
fold or flower or not, right? So I think it has a lot to do with the balance.
Good point. Good point. And I think that we need to define. I'm coming to you next, Gayatri, because we're going to talk about. You and I had a great conversation about some
Yeah.
differences in India. But before I do that, I want to make a quick description, and you can all help me out here. I'm going to start with business formal and work down to
Sure.
describe to our listeners what these levels are. So, business formal, it's very conservative. Well, I mean, the fit has to be on point. It has
Quality.
to be perfect, flawless, high quality fabrics.
Sure.
The accessories are very traditional, very conservative. It is, if you are, a high powered attorney, or you're going to be speaking in front of maybe a group of doctors, lawyers,
Mhm.
you're the president of the United
Yeah, high
States.
profile. I was going to say that. Yep.
Yes, high profile. You're wearing business formal. It is all about the fit and the finesse, and it's high quality, excellent standards. Next down is business professional.
Right.
It is still what most of us would call pretty formal. It's a suit, it's a tie. For ladies, it could be a skirt suit or a pantsuit. Fit is still very important. Um, Accessories are still conservative, but they can have a little bit of flair to them. And maybe you could, I know, like for suiting, you could even bring in some patterns in the suit, subtle patterns.
Sure.
Now, also for ladies, both of these are always a closed-toed shoe. In fact, in business, sandals, it's a no-go. We don't want to see your toes. That is not appropriate business attire. They're great for other areas. If we step on down to business casual, this is what we call casual Friday. It's maybe you can drop the tie. It's still a nice fitting pair of pants or skirt for the ladies. A more casual dress could be worn. You can bring here. You can bring in a little bit more personality, more accessories with a little bit of flavor and style, color, pattern. You can bring some of that in and definitely express your own style. And then we go all the way down to casual. Now, casual in the business world is never jeans and a t-shirt. Well, I take it back. There are sometimes you can wear a nice fitting pair of jeans, no holes, no frayed edges, no patches, no rips. It's a nice pair of jeans. Leave the t-shirts at home, but you could wear a nice blouse, or for gentlemen, a polo shirt, a more casual shirt without the tie. So those are kind of quickly the levels of dress. Would you all agree with that?
Totally, totally. And as you were talking to everybody who were looking, I was actually going through that graduation, right? I changed my glasses. When we go to the business casual, you can wear something a little less flashy, but it still says I'm not formal, but I'm still kind of in the pocket. But then when we get to casual, right, we can start to add the accessories. We can start to do colorful glasses. We can start to put our own personalities, right? And so as we do this, it's about teaching the people, our consumer, the people who are watching also, how can I do this as a gentleman? How can I do this as a lady? Or however you identify, how can I make the graduations and still feel that I fit within a pocket?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Gayatri, let's go to you. Let's talk about what's going on in India. I know that your clients primarily are going to be male, right? Because it's a big deal in India. Tell me about what's going on over there with business dress.
It's like when we talk about business, like I would say a lot of my clients, like they come to me like asking like how I have to dress it for an interview, or in my office, like I used to see like they used to wear jeans and t-shirts as business casuals. So I tell them like this is not business casual. There is a business in business casual. So that's really the problem I encounter here. Not everywhere, but like some kind of some situations. So I'll say like to everyone, you should ask your HR like what is the dress code you have to follow here. So you'll get an idea. Then you can style in a way that you want. For example, like you say, jeans are obviously not allowed, so you can opt for a chinos, more comfortable, but
Yes,
it looks professional and more
absolutely.
like casual way. So that is what we see here. And when they go for interviews, and I also say that while going for an interview, it also depends on like which interview you are attending. Yeah, so if it is for it is much more a creative uh, kind of interview, you can go in kind of way that exhibit your personality. And if you are going for an bank interview, obviously you have to dress up in much more professional way. You have to be
Yes.
pleased. Yeah. So the interviewer should know like, yeah, this person know what is a job role is, so he has to dressed accordingly. So that image we have to project. So I think that that's the main thing. The thing is, we should exactly know what is the difference between business casual, business professional, and business formal, and etc. So we clearly should have an idea about that, and then we have to dress accordingly in a way what is comfortable for us. So that's what I
Absolutely.
think here. Yeah.
Yes, I think that's so true. So, Martine, she brought up the point about bringing in your not only knowing what you're dressing for, doing your research, but also bringing in a little bit of your personality. So, as image consultants, we help our clients project the message they want to project, look like they know where they're going and what they're talking about, but also who they personally are. So how do you help your client? You have someone who needs to dress, let's say a lady who needs to dress business professional. What are the touches you could help her with to bring in her own style personality while maintaining business professional?
um yeah, like, what is it, like, I had a talk with one of my colleague a couple of days ago. Like, he is just, he wants to be in a casual outfit always. And but he is kind of person, like his profession is he wants to meet clients. So that won't, but meeting a client in a business casual won't do, it's not a good thing. Like, meeting a client is a different thing. So I'll say, like, you can go for a business casual when you are in office. uh, you're spending your whole day in office. And yeah, and you can, when you're going to meet your client. I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
No, it's not. We all work from home.
Okay. Yeah, from home. So, like, when he wants to meet, when he wants to meet your client, he can dress up in much more a professional way. So he can impress his client also. Yeah,
Yes.
and much more. Yeah, and he is very much comfortable with comfortable clothings. And he doesn't want to go for a big blazer which make him tired and everything. So I'll say, okay, you can go for a blazer, a well fitted blazer, than a well tailored blazer. Like, a well fitted blazer make him comfortable and also look professional.
Yes.
So that is what, yeah.
Okay. Excellent. All this is great advice. We do have some questions from some of our viewers. First of all, Fabiana has said hello. So hello, Fabiana. If you're watching out there, give StreamYard permission to use your name or say hello to us. Tell us who you are and where you are, so we know that Fabiana is here and she's currently in Italy. Right now, she also has a question I'm going to give to Martine. Do you notice any significant differences between American and European business dress codes? Since you're in Europe, tell us what you think.
Yes. In fact, my husband is a vice president, so he has the same position in Canada and in Berlin, and before it was in Amsterdam, and it's a huge difference. A huge. In
Really?
Montreal, they don't need the tie at all. It's not at all,
Ever?
even ever, even for this kind of job. When you go to work, they don't wear the ties. So this
Really?
is a very big difference. And in Berlin, they don't have it either. They don't wear it.
They don't
But
wear a tie
no, no, just the blazer, the same pants and matching pants and blazer, a shirt.
with open collar shirt?
Yes, exactly, exactly. But
Interesting.
we lived for 2 years in London, and it was the complete opposite. So I don't want to make Europe and America different country, different, I think, different way to dress. So
Okay. So you
it's
definitely
very
have
clear.
to, yeah, you definitely have to do your research and know, just like going to an interview, you want to do your research on the company and find out their dress level. Same thing, like if you go to a different country, you need to do your
Oh yeah.
research if you're going to be doing business. Okay, let's take another one. Can you give us some advice on how to dress for virtual meetings? That's
Mhm.
a great one. Who wants to take that one? Any tips? I can give
Yesterday,
some points. Yeah, go ahead.
in fact,
Yeah.
yesterday I had a meeting with some girls about this topics, and
Oh,
yeah,
so tell us what you
and
shared.
in fact, the way they dress it's important, but the background is too. So it's like when you are in the office, if someone come into your office, you don't want everything to be everywhere. So
Mhm.
your background should be clean, or you can use I don't know how to call this, not real one on the
A
back.
virtual background.
Yeah. And you need to accessorize, I think, to have a
Mhm.
good look, like a little necklace, nothing too big, because it will catch the eyes of everyone and they won't listen. They just want to see, oh, this is cute. So
Yeah.
you need to be a little bit more laid down. No, I don't think it's a good word. You need to be a little bit um, just downsize your big.
Subtle.
Yeah, thank you.
More
Settle.
subtle. Yes.
Yeah,
And no
this is my
jangly
opinion anyway.
earrings. Yes. Thank you. No jangly earrings, lady. If you
So
move your head and Zoom
with
can
the
hear it, bad idea. Charles, tell me about guys. I know I work sometimes with a custom clothier here. I live in Athens, Georgia, and we have a custom clothier here. I work with him occasionally, and he talks about how for the guys, he's selling a lot of suit jackets, but no pants.
Yeah, I mean, when we talk about, I mean, it was an excellent question. How do you dress for a virtual? I mean, we always talk about as an image consultant, what are the outcomes for our clients, right? What is the outcome that you're trying to get? And then we utilize that or understand that information and say, well, where are we going, right? I mean, Periel always say TOP, right?
Yes.
Time, occasion, and people or place that you're in, right? And so
Hmm.
if that's the case, we say, okay, where will we be? We'll be in front of a computer. So you have to start thinking of your computer or what you're looking at in terms of the audience. It's really equivalent to what your headshot will be.
Yes. Great point.
Yeah. And so if you're taking headshots, look at your headshot and what is that? Literally, this is what you'll see in a headshot, either a head or you'll see at least a little bit further to your torso, right? And then we
Right.
look at, well, what will the background be? Now
Mhm.
think of that as you're the artist now. Your background becomes your paint, right?
Yep.
And so what is the message that you're trying to convey to the people who are looking at you? And so, do you care what people think or don't you? Are you interviewing? Maybe that may be something that you might want to consider, or are you just talking to a friend? These days, all we do that we don't think about is FaceTime each other. We walk around the street with our phones
Right.
and FaceTime. It's all virtual, right? And
Hmm.
so we're so used to it that we don't think about it. And so at this point, pending the place that you're going to be, the time, right? And the
Hmm.
occasion that you're in, occasion in this sense, are you interviewing for a business? Are you talking to a friend? Are you in school? Think of that and then say, this is what I believe I want people to see when it comes to the virtual space.
Excellent advice. Gayatri, do you have anything to add to virtual appearances?
Yeah. I just want to add, like, even if it's virtual or real, physical, like, uh, you have to be neat in your dressing. You have to comb your hair because I had an interview like a few weeks before, and I could see this girl has come right out of the shower, and like her hair is wet. I was like, oh my god, you are at home, that's fine, but you are on an interview, you have to do that. So I found it like very funny, but it is bit offensive because we like in as an interviewer we don't think like that girl is taking the situation very seriously. So even if it is your home, because most of the people they only dress up to here, because only this much portion your upper
Right.
body is only visible. So that's not the case. You have to be the thing is, if you want to get the full impact, you have to dress completely, because you will be on pajamas and you'll be putting a t-shirt or a shirt and get your blazers on. That won't do. Like you have to dress up completely, you have to involve in it, and then just neatly comb your hair, neatly press your clothes and prepare for it. And most of all that, when you are attending something virtually, you have to be ready at least 10 minutes early, and you have to log in 5 minutes early. That's what I have to
Agreed.
give for this virtual. Yeah.
Agreed. And one of the tips I learned too, I just want to throw this out there. I've done some virtual training and learning that to tell the ladies to test your makeup. Because, you can log into Zoom and not be on a call and you can check the video. But it's interesting how for example, some shades of lipstick I wear in person do not show up correctly on Zoom. And some of the lipsticks I wear on Zoom are completely different than what I wear in person. So I think it's also important to check your makeup before you get on camera. So great point. And I do agree with dressing all the way down, because how many Zoom fail videos have we seen where people stand up in their underwear? Careful. Very careful.
Agree. One of the things I do want to add too, just on the technical side, is and I think she kind of mentioned it, was just to kind of test your microphone, but also with the people like myself and Martine who wear glasses. Sometimes the light can be like really reflective, right? So you want to, test that. In addition to, I'm going to show you something. And so sometimes we have people who look like this, right? And so you want to manage that, right? And so you just kind of want to make sure that you're kind of centered in the frame, so people can kind of see you. So it's not too much headroom, or you're not located somewhere over. So you just want to make sure that, a lot of the technical pieces are there also. So I say, get yourself a little checklist, put it right next to your computer. Is my head right? My headspace okay? Am my glasses too shiny? Am I making sure I have something below? I don't just have boxers on, right? That happens. I see the news feels also, Rebecca. And so we just want to, because we're so comfortable in our spaces, we're so comfortable in our rooms that we don't think at that, right? And so, just put a little, I'm a fan of sticky notes. I have sticky notes everywhere. So just kind of put that on your wall by the computer, and just remember, this is my checklist.
That's a great point. And I love I love going back to what you said about treat it like a headshot.
Absolutely.
So would your head be way down here in a headshot? No, it would be up here. Absolutely. And I can tell you now, we're online together every Tuesday morning at 8:30 for our Empower sessions. There is never an Empower session that I log onto that I didn't first go to my Zoom account and check myself. Check my hair, check my clothes. Like even this jacket, before I wore it this morning, I came into my office and I just turned on my Zoom account to see if the pattern went kind of crazy. You know how sometimes they look like they're alive and they're moving. Yeah. I wanted to see what happened on camera to this pattern. So test things out. I think it's so important. Okay, we have one more question, and then I'm going to have you all give everybody a final word. During a virtual meeting, do you need to put the right colors on your background, your face, or both to look good? This is from Awa in France, one of our peers. Yeah. Hi, Awa.
Hey, Awa. How are you?
What do y'all think about color?
That's with an image consultant, that's all we think about is color. That's all we think about is color, right? And so, in the technical piece of it, I would say think more about patterns. Because sometimes patterns doesn't respond well to the camera, right? And so I'll say think of patterns more, but she mentioned it before, think of your background. I think, how you want people to see you, what you want to your picture to convey, because remember, your picture is nonverbal also, right? So what do you want your background to say to people who's watching about you? And look at those colors. It doesn't matter what color, but how you look is more important. Your background is something, again, think of how you want that to convey to everyone. Don't let it be disheveled. If you don't want people to see that you have pillows in your background, you might want to remove the pillows. think of that first. Get going.
Exactly. That's right. Say too, as image consultants, and we're all 4x4 color system consultants, we use Ariel's color system. So I would say we all know messages colors send, and choose those colors that send the message that you want to send. Now I do use a gray from my own palette, just because I think it complements my own coloring, and I do tend to obviously wear the colors that look best on me. Black and white. I wear a lot of black and white. Fortunately, I'm a winter. They're my best. But I would definitely say wear the colors that suit you.
And that looks great, by the way. The line and design of that jacket looks amazing on you, Rebecca. I do want to
Thank
say that.
you. Thank you. Very kind of you. Okay, so I'm going to start with Martine. One last word of advice about professional dress that you would tell our listeners.
Ask questions before going somewhere. Ask a lot of questions and everything will be fine.
Great advice.
Okay.
Do not be
Yes.
afraid to ask questions.
Yeah.
Good one. Gayatri, what's your final word of advice?
You're on mute.
Sorry, can you repeat that again? I had a network cut off.
Oh, that's fine. What final piece of advice regarding professional dress would you give our viewers?
Yeah. You like if it's professional, you have to be neat and clean. You have to put it everything in a neat, polished way, because it's a business and you have to present yourself neat, tidy, polished, and good, presentable. Yeah.
Great advice. Grooming is so important.
Yeah.
And Charles, what would you leave people with?
Just a couple things. I hope you got your list, right? And you can rewind this to make sure, because everyone said exactly I would have said all of that, right? But just a couple things. I would say TOP, right? Time, the occasion, and the people that you are around. You
Absolutely.
always want to think about that, right? Always want to think about that. And that's how you know, one, how to dress, the reason why you're dressing that way, and the importance, right? And then think of the additions that you will put. It's a gradation, right? All the way from formal to casual. It's a gradation. So think of it like that. Formal all the way to casual. I could change what I did here. I went from, when we started, from formal, right? This will be something that's calm. We're not saying anything too much. We're keeping it very simple. Simple sells. To casual, it shows my personality. It's colored. It shows that I like to have fun. That's casual. Do you like to have fun and show personality in formal? Being a formal? Probably not, because you may interrupt the space or the mind space where everybody else is thinking. So think of that. It's not always just about you. Remember,
Great advice.
It's not always just about you. A psychologist said, a fashion psychologist said, her name is Baumgartner. She said, people make snap judgments to what we initially see, and we process this information by making judgments about the wearer. Soon as someone see you, they make a judgment call, and it's not necessarily the case. But it's all about what you're saying. Remember, your clothes are nonverbal. So what you have on, people are going to make a judgment before they even speak to you. They're going to make a judgment about that. And so just think of those things. And if you forgot everything I said, just rewind this, play it again.
There you go. Great advice. Keep watching it over and over again.
There you go.
I agree with all of these things. And I think basically what they're all saying, to sum it up, is to think. Think about it. Put some effort in, put some thought in. Call an image consultant if you really need help and you need help defining your style, perfecting your wardrobe. We are all here ready, willing to help. I think probably most of us can work virtually to help people in this space. So thank you for everyone who tuned in and watched today, or who is watching on replay. We do this every Wednesday morning at 11 a.m. on the By Fariel channel and on her LinkedIn channel and several other places. You can find us, I think, even on YouTube. So thanks for being here, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
Take care, guys.
Bye.